Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. So this week I am riding the Triumph 400X. Now you may remember I rode the Triumph Speed 400 not so long ago. So this was actually directly after I took back the Speed 400. The young chap there said, do you want to take out the 400X? And well, I wasn't going to say no to that, was I? So it's almost like a back-to-back video, and I do compare the 400 Speed with the 400X in this video. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. See you soon. Cheers. Hi guys, so I'm out on the unexpectedly I'm out on the X version of this now. Now I went back and I saw young Cameron there, and he said, well, do you want to take this one out? I said, yeah, all right. Apparently it was cutting out, and I've actually diagnosed it, and I've looked down at the fuel gauge and there's nothing in there, so that's why it was cutting out. So whoever took it out just needed to put some fuel in it, which is what we're going to do now. So I'll put some fuel in it, and then we'll have a little back-to-back review of this and see what it's all about. Right then, so filled up now with fuel. Let's see how different it feels. Now, if you remember many years ago in my old videos, this is where I used to do the ride-by shots. Because out in the country, no one was around, and now they're building houses everywhere, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? So I think we'll do it right here. I think, yeah. Yeah, we'll do a bit of laneage on this one. Right, so the X, is that what it's called? I haven't done my research on it. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but yeah, a different ball game. Stood up on the pegs, which I might be relevant on this one. I have to spread my legs a bit to get around the tank area. So it doesn't really lend itself to, you know, sort of up on the pegs, off, you know, roading or whatever. Thank you. That being said, still feels like it'll do it. No problem at all there. Compared to the R version, the bars are a lot higher. I feel like I'm higher up, the seat height is higher, we've got different tyres and just a different setup overall really. So, you know, it's slightly more off-road focused, for sure. Now, which one would I have? I'd probably have the R, purely because I like it's just great for ripping around on. But it just depends what you want. They're both like decent bikes in their own right. Again, with this bike, the provisos is that I don't know what they are like for reliability. And as with most companies these days, I do hear that they do struggle with parts, getting parts to the bikes. So it's just something to put into the equation, which is important, because you know, as with all these things, I've said it many times before, you're buying a package, aren't you, with these things. It's all got to be right, not just you know, buying the bike and then just thinking, oh, it'll be all right, and keeping your fingers crossed. If it does go wrong, you want the decent backup. Whereas I have met somebody who was struggling to get parts for his Triumph, you know, his 400. So, yeah, it's all swings and roundabouts. In the city and things like that, it's going to be the same as the other version, so as the R. And, yeah, it's the same bike essentially, isn't it, at the end of the day? So, it all depends which style you like, really. And if you do want to do a bit of off-roading, then this will give you that option. Or if you live out in lanes like this. The suspension feels a little bit stiffer on this one. Maybe it's just set up differently, that's all that is. Which way shall we go? That'll be better for photos and Walkround. That'll be better for town. I think we'll go with left here. Get up and go, still got plenty. Loads there. No problem there at all. Out country laning, good fun. I think all the speedo and things like that is all in the same place, of course. I think the people that would want to buy this particular bike are normally going to be tall people, like my mate Nigel. He's got one of these, he's very happy with it. He's had it for probably about 6 weeks now, and he seems to be enjoying it. We're still going to get the vibes, of course, on the engine if we go at higher speed, which is perfectly normal. And not forgetting that it is a single at the end of the day, so you've got to give it, give it a bit of leeway for that. It just adds a bit of character, doesn't it? That's the way to see that, really. But I would imagine, to be honest with you, I think the R version would... Its USP for the R, really, is that it's so light, nimble, easy to ride, easy to pull out the garage. Whereas this is bigger, taller. Psychologically it's heavier. I don't think there's going to be a lot in it, to be honest with you, but it will be slightly heavier, I'd imagine. So in a nutshell, both good bikes, both behave the same, essentially. And both at a good price. Both have decent suspension. I think you get a lot of money whichever bike you go for, really. It just depends what's going to suit you more. Riding style. Oh dear. He's ready to go. He wanted to bite my leg. Yeah, but again, the gearbox and well, it's the same engine, so everything's the same. They're pretty much the same as each other. But yeah, this one's certainly less nimble than the R, but it would be because it's got the bigger wheel up the front and different tyres. But yeah, can't go wrong really for the money. Let's just get to the dual carriageway and take it out for a rip. Is he going to pull over? Thank you, mate. Off we go then. Open her up, third gear. And then into 6th gear. Again, I got the vibrations through the pegs, but ironically, compared to the other bike, I'm not getting much shot through the bars. And not so much up through the seat, actually. So maybe this engine has done more miles, perhaps? But yeah, that is quite a big takeaway, actually, that I am getting less vibrations from it, for sure. I guess the bigger wheel might make a difference there as well. Maybe, possibly. What else could make a difference? I guess the bars are maybe slightly wider. There's certainly more to them anyway. They got more mass, which may take out some of the vibration, as in, they kind of sweep up and sweep back again. So yeah, this is actually more comfortable to ride on the motorway than what I was finding the R version of this. So again, there could be a number of factors to it. Also, I've got big rubber pegs on this bike compared to the slightly smaller ones, and less rubber on the R version. So it all kind of makes sense, actually, that it would be tamed down. I feel like I could do dual carriageway work on this bike, whereas on the other one I couldn't take much of that, to be honest. So yeah, maybe actually I thought the R version would be for me, but actually I think I'd probably go for this one, actually. Everybody's different, aren't they? So yeah, I'll probably go for this one. Again, it's still got plenty of power, plenty of takeoff. It's normally when it gets to about, I'd say about 65, that you really start to feel the vibrations. Let's quickly squirt past this one. This one here. Again, the mirrors are more stand-up on this one. They're not bar ends like they are on the R version. Again, I don't know what other people had said about it, but they're actually alright. They actually do quite a good job. And they're easier to see as well, of course, because they are up a bit higher, so I don't have to look down at the end of my handlebars like you do on the other bike to be able to do that. So what we'll do a walk round in a moment, just a quick one, and then we'll get the bike back to them. But yeah, it's been nice actually to actually take out, you know, both bikes as opposed to just the one, because they are different. There's no doubt about it. They are very, very different bikes to each other. If you're mainly going to be riding in the city, then to be honest, I would say that this one's probably overkill, unless it's just a styling thing that you like. Yeah, I'd probably just stick with the R version if you were just zipping around London or general commuting. The seat certainly feels tighter on this one, a bit harder, and it also feels like it's pushing me forward a bit. That might be psychological because I've been on bikes all day today, but yeah, I think the R seat is more comfortable, I would say. Obviously, visibility wise in traffic, you're going to be higher up on this bike than the other one, so maybe this again might be the one to go for on that side of things. Both very good bikes though. They definitely, I think they needed to do it, to be honest with you, Triumph. I think they needed because most of their bikes now, the money that they're going for, you know, it's big ticket items, and in some cases, certainly in the Speed Triples and the Rocket 3, for example. I mean, you're buying something special there, aren't you? That Rocket 3 was amazing. I'll leave a little ticket up here to watch that. It was a heck of a bike which I never really wanted or was interested in, but in fact it blew me away actually, how just everything about it. It's a 10 out of 10 bike for me, that one. Right then guys, so here we are again, another walk round. Wasn't expecting this. So this is the X version. I need to check exactly what it's called. I think it is actually the Triumph, yeah, Scrambler 400X. Yeah, so I did have it right, that's good. Right, so yeah, how it compares to the R version. Feels taller. I think the handlebars are wider. They're certainly up higher as well. This will certainly suit taller people, no doubt about it. I'm 5'8", 30-inch inside leg measurement. Off she comes. Again, very light, you know, considering it's quite a tall bike in stature. Just very easy to maneuver around and push around. What else have we got that's different? Let's do that. Let's have a little walk around and see what is different about this bike compared to the R. So first of all, we have these foot pegs, which have removable rubber on them. I don't think, was that on the other one? No, I don't think. Yeah, this is a different exhaust on it, or certainly the back end of it is obviously up a bit higher. Let's turn the indicator off, turn the ignition off. What else have we got different? I think the tank pads are there. When you're stood up on the pegs, I'm not sure if I can do this. Yes, I can. You stood up on the pegs here. It's not going to work, is it? When you stood up on the pegs, it does tend to feel quite wide on your like you're spreading your legs quite wide around the tank area. And actually, this bit gets in the way a bit as well, I'm finding. So all swings and roundabouts. At the end of the day, still a budget bike. It's a good bike for the money, you know. Like I said, I don't know what the reliability's like. Got the parts issue as well, you know, if that is still an issue. Maybe it's not anymore, I don't know. Seat comfort, probably not as comfortable as the R, I would say. It's not far off it, but it is slightly different. Let's pick up the camera and give you a closer look. As you can see here, this is like two separate seats here. So you've got the pillion seat and then this seat. Still very nice though, still comfortable enough. As with the R version, the mudguard wraps around a bit more on this bike. I wish they'd done that on the R version really, because it is relative that, you know, that you do get a lot of spray up onto the radiator. As I say, these foot pegs have got the rubber in them, which you easily pull off. And then you've got the segregated pegs there. I'll leave that. Bigger gear lever, or brake lever, sorry, on this one. And on the other side, it's much the same really, not much different. Same switch gear. I don't think you can turn off ABS. There's nothing showing me that you can turn off the ABS on this one. And then we have this as well, the padding on the bars and the brace. Oh, and hand guards as well on this one. And look at that, look. We have a grille on the front light there. So these tyres are the Caroos. But again, they're not fully off-road tyres. They're still essentially a road tyre, really. But they have got a bit of grip. You know, if you do want to accelerate on the mud, then they've got something. They've got more than what a straight road tyre would have. Same suspension setup, front and back. It seems. Apart from that, I think that's all I can find that's different about this bike. So again, for the money that you pay, you're getting a decent bike really. It would certainly suit taller people. I think shorter people might struggle a little bit. I mean, I'm 5'8", and I'm fine with it because although it is quite high up, it's also very light. So it's not like you're jumping on, you feel like you're going to lose it and it's going to fall over. So yeah, essentially another good bike. You know, that's all I can say really. I think I better say thanks to Bridge Motorcycles again for lending me this. It was a bit off the hoof really. I just ended up taking back the old bike and they said, do you want to take out the other one? So I hope that tells you what you need to know about this bike as far as it goes. Try one for yourself. Try both if you can to see which one suits you. As I say, for me it'd be the R version because everything that it says on the tin, it kind of ticks the boxes for me. It's a second bike, it's a light bike, whereas this has got a bit more stance to it, so it'd be better, probably better as an only bike. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much to Bridge Motorcycles for lending me both bikes. I'm not sure how I'm going to put this together. I wish I had them for, long term really. I could have done the ride-by shots and drone shots, but anyway, it is what it is. So hopefully it's giving you the information that you need. But thanks very much for watching. If you've got any questions, then put them away in the comments, and I'm happy to answer them. And I'll get back to you as and when. Give the video a like, would be really cool. And I will see you Sunday at 5 PM next week. Thanks for watching.
They say the devil's water, it ain't so sweet. You don't have to drink right now, but you can dip your feet every once in a little while.